The only black business. The only business which black people are familiar with is politics. And politics is big business in South Africa. If a black child aspires to be super rich and famous, the only role models that come to mind are politicians. South Africa has the most comprehensive system in the world for training youths for roles in politics. Each of the big parties has its own political academies. For example, the ANC has COSAS, a students' movement for school children, and a separate students' movement, SASCO, for tertiary students. Beyond tertiary, there is a youth league for those below age 35. The purpose of these structures is to give comprehensive training to youths for the future, for future roles in politics. The youth structures are the mechanism in terms of which black political elites reproduce themselves. If the current top leaders are thieves, they are training many more thieves for the future. Unfortunately, politicians don't create wealth, so we end up with more thieves than wealth creators. We are producing thieves without producing anyone to create the wealth to be stolen. These thieves are like vicious dogs, which are trained to intimidate the dwindling numbers of wealth creators. The youth academies of the comrade parties teach the idiotic rubbish that whites are hoarding wealth and thus economically oppressing blacks. This is why the youths are taught to bark like vicious dogs to intimidate wealth creators. There is a rhythmic bark, how, how, when the leader shouts, kill the poor, kill the farmer. It is not just political parties that sponsor this negative training. The National Students Fund also contributed enormous amounts. The trainees of political parties always spend more time in tertiary institutions engaged in political battles than studying and learning. South Africa will make progress the day the effort and resources wasted in political youth structures is pooled to establish youth structures that promote entrepreneurship. In true communist style, comrade parties are always promoting conspiracy theories demonizing entrepreneurs, the very people they need in order to have something to steal. Why is the black community only interested in producing thieving politicians instead of producing generators of wealth? There appears to be an infantile desire to freeze the situation at the time of liberation. It is like a youth who longs for the days when the mother's teat was available. People refuse to move on beyond the days when whites were responsible for all that was wrong. Today, there is nothing revolutionary about the toy. It sounds like a pathetic cry for the good old days when whites bore the responsibility. Toy is incompatible with capacity to run the country competently.